Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to this week 9 video. And this week we're going to be covering sections 3.2 and 3.3. So let's go through this module. So the week 9 overview and learning objectives is just here's a 3.2 learning objectives. It's related to 3.1 in a way, just this time involving the second derivative, but same thing, second derivative, second equals zero, find some values, just a little different twist to it. And then in 3.3, here's our learning objectives here, just more about optimization, finding max or mins of real world problems. So here's all the assignments for this week, 3.2 through 3.3 videos, 3.2, 3.3 self-check. Make sure to watch that video. XYZ assignments, homework 10 or 11. And then our lab assignments this week are a little different. They're a little broken up a bit. So for some of the questions, it's Lab 5 Part 2, the questions pertaining to 3.2. And then we're going to be starting on Lab 6. So Lab 6 Part 1, the questions pertaining to, there's one question from 3.2, and then the rest are 3.3. And then that's just Part 1. There's questions from 3.4, but we'll save that for next week, okay? So those are the two. It's kind of broken up, but we're taking questions from Lab 5 and Lab 6 and putting them together. So Lab 5 Part 2 and Lab 6 Part 1. Okay, so if you're watching this video, that means you're know where to find it right here in the overview. So let's go ahead and kind of run through the module again. So Lab point 2 is just using the second derivative and the behavior function. So we're going to be using the second derivative to see how a function behaves, right? And it's really related to 3.1 with like a number line and things like that, checking out points. So it's related in that way. And here's the lecture videos for 3.2. We have two of them right here, both around like 20-ish minutes. So make sure to check those out and copy them down in the notes, okay? 3.3 is taking the idea of these max for mins, but now we're applying it to sort of real world problems. So in this section, we'll be learning about optimization. Okay, so here's a lecture video for 3.3, just one video with a couple of examples, but it's the idea of optimization and, things like how much, length and width the fence might be or max and min of certain things, okay? So here's our subject for 3.2, 3.3. You can find it here. That's due this Thursday. And then here's a lecture video for 3.2 and 3.3. You can find 3.2 there, 3.3 here if you are stuck on the problems. And here's our XYZ homework for 3.2, XYZ homework for 3.3. And here's our discussion for this week's lab. So once I said again, like we are doing the Lab 5 Part 2 and Lab 6 Part 1. So here are the questions you need to do from Lab 5. So it's number 37, number 38, just those last two remaining problems that relate to 3.2. And then Lab 6 has questions from 3.2 and 3.3 and 3.4, but we're not doing 3.4 yet. So we'll save that for next week. But from Lab 6 Part 1, you need to do these questions 58, 18, and 21, and skip that 59, number 59 about 3.2. Okay, so that's our discussion. Those are the problems you can post from, right? Those 5 questions. And same discussion rules apply. Then yeah, here's our Lab 5 Part 2 and Lab 6 Part 1. So make sure to submit these together. Once again, here are the questions you need to do from both lab assignments. And don't do any of the 3.4 stuff for Lab 6, okay? Oops, sorry. And that's and I have some hints here for you guys. Skip 59 and some hints for 3.3. Okay, so then that would be due next Wednesday. And that's pretty much it for this week, right? 3.2, 3.3. Hopefully you checklist all these items that you did them, watch these videos. And then this helps us prepare for 3.4, which is next week, which is mainly about more applications in a sense, more inventory costs, elasticity of demand, things like that. So this helps us prepare for that when the topics get a little more involved in the business sense. Okay, but that's it for this video. Hopefully you complete all these items. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.